Today, I got this boat here that I got from a friend of mine. I guess he'll still be a friend. In pretty bad shape. We're gonna rebuild it. We're gonna get this thing float ready. It's a little flat bottom, somewhat of a pontoon pond hopper, and we're gonna fix it. What I'm gonna do now, I went ahead and used spray foam to plug in some of the visible holes that I saw. Anywhere I could fit the straw in, I spray foamed it to, for one thing, the foam floats, and another thing, to give me some backing to put my bonding material on. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim all this down as flush as I can get it. Then I'll sand it. Just start trimming it. Try to get it flush, or as flush as I can. Without really removing my material. All right. Now that I've trimmed all the foam off, a couple places could have been a little better. I'll fill that in with silicone maybe before I actually start putting my fiberglass on. But as you can see here, I have a sander. So what I'm going to do now is start sanding all this down. This can also be done by hand with a sanding block, sandpaper. I just happen to have a number of tools because, like I say, Dolo does it all. Always remember to wear your PPE. I know I started off without it, but do wear it. Alright, now this is a prime example of always having a plan B. That air sander, every now and again it has to build the air back up. So plan B, I got an electric one. Same thing, palm sander. And it's a little noisy too, but it works just as good, maybe even better. You will notice I've shown that I'm taking it down underneath the paint. Some of it I'll try to get down to the fiberglass material. That way I know that our fill-in is gonna stick, which I'm pretty sure it's gonna stick anyway. And you can see that this boat has previously been patched on before. Somebody did. It didn't do a very good job of it. We're gonna do better. Mainly because I got to get in this boat and I want to make sure it stays on top of the water. Dolo does it all. Dolo don't swim too well. All right, right now what I'm doing, I'm still sanding, but as I go, I'm marking all of the worst spots. That way I don't miss anything when I start doing my patchwork. So everything I come through that looks like it might have the potential to leak, I'm gonna mark it to make sure that I take care of that. I don't miss anything. So next thing I'll be doing is I'll mix my resin up, get my patches already pre-cut. I'll put the resin on, start laying the patches on, resin on top of the patches, and I'll come back and sand it all again. So we had a little interruption with rain. I had to stop. Since then, I've dried everything off. Now I'm gonna wipe it down with this denatured alcohol. That's gonna clean it up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start sanding it. So I'm gonna wipe it down with this denatured alcohol. That's gonna clean it up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start sanding it. So I'm gonna wipe it down with this denatured alcohol. That's gonna clean it up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start sanding it. So I'm gonna wipe it down with this denatured alcohol. That's gonna clean it up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start sanding it. So I'm gonna wipe it down with this denatured alcohol. That's gonna clean it up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start sanding it. So I'm gonna wipe it down with this denatured alcohol. That's gonna clean it up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start sanding it. So I'm gonna wipe it down with this denatured alcohol. That's gonna clean it up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start sanding it. So I'm gonna wipe it down with this denatured alcohol. That's gonna clean it up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start sanding it. So I'm gonna wipe it down with this denatured al prep it for everything to stick. Yeah, it just doesn't really state that you have to do it like this, but I want to make sure I give it every opportunity available. These things work right and stick. So there are probably other things that you can wipe it down with, but I know that denatured alcohol works well to clean surfaces that you want your paint to stick to. So for that reason, I'm going to use this. I'm going to get it all wiped out everywhere that I plan on applying any kind of repair medium, for lack of better words. So I'm not going to take that long. I'll excuse my work area. I'll pick a spot out kind of away from everything where I can feel free to work. Alright, just about got it. Again, this is paint deglosser, just denatured alcohol, for lack of better words. Alright, what I have here is a Bondo fiberglass repair kit. And this has everything in it that I'm going to need to perform this repair. So let's open it up. See what we got a little mixing tray. Got a liquid hardener. Here's our liquid resin that we'll be using. Has a stir stick to mix it with, and it's got this little spatula for spreading it out smooth. I'm going to attempt to do it with this paintbrush. I think it'll be quicker just to brush it on, and we'll see how that works. If that doesn't work, we'll come back with this. We'll find some more. And here we have our fiberglass mat, and this mat is 8 feet by 3 feet, so it should be plenty to do what we have to do here. Right now what I'm going to do is go ahead and start cutting my little patches out. This big one here, which is one of the biggest spots I have, I've cut a little piece and filled that up. What I'm going to do is soak that with the resin. I'm going to come on top of it with this patch here, and I'll cover that, resin it again, and eventually I'm done with covering them all up, patching. I'll sand them down and get everything back smooth and good to go. Probably start out maybe 2 ounces here, about maybe a little more. Now that'll probably give me, I don't know, about 4 ounces. Which means I'm gonna go in with roughly 40 drops of my hardener. I don't know if you can see them, but we're gonna try and count them. Counting with me. We'll see if that was 40 drops. I kind of was thinking in my head at the same time and didn't quite keep track of it. It's going hard regardless. It's going to dry maybe a little slower if I didn't put enough. I'm more concerned with putting too much because I do believe I was counting correctly. So we're just gonna keep stirring this. It's gonna change colors just a little bit. It'll start getting a little milky. And when it starts stiffening just a little, I'll go ahead and apply it. I'm gonna try this brush out first and see how that goes. doesn't work, we'll do something different. First one, get our resin on there. Go a little over. Stick it down. I'm getting a little stiff in my tray here. So far, so good. Oh, getting a lot stiff in my tray. Gotta work a little faster. I may have hardened a little bit more than what I thought. Okay. So we're gonna be doing this again. Gonna use smaller amounts now. That brush, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. That brush was just about a complete and utter failure. It started out well, as long as you use it as soon as you get your mix going. But this stuff hardens up so fast that you can't keep the brush, you can't keep it clean. So after you use it the first time, it's pretty much over. If I cut you out, sorry about that. But once I get started, I gotta go on with it. But this stuff is what they say, no choke. And by the way, you can get this stuff at your local auto parts store. You may also be able to get it, which I'm sure you can probably get it at your Home Depot or Lowe's. So far, everything that I've done has come out real well. Really, really well. I'm gonna let this sit up overnight and cure. See, it's already fairly hard, but I'm gonna let it sit up overnight and cure. And I'll come back here in another day or so, what have you, and I'll do a little touch up on it, and I'll probably start sanding on it. And if I see anything that needs touching up after that, I'll do some more touch up. But so far, it's pretty good. As you can see, that's my marking I put on there. How I marked it: P for patch, R for resin only. The other side has only got one bad spot. It's a pretty big one. I got a good idea how I'm gonna go about fixing that. Like I say, I'm not a professional by any means. All right. I know that y'all can see that I have different clothes on, and I'm not going to try and give you the illusion that I'm doing this all in one day, because I'm not. So what I'm gonna do now is go back through and sand these areas down smooth, and I'll look at them again and see if there's anything that I missed, or anything look like it's gonna have a potential leak. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but I am using a 60 grit sandpaper for this right now. it's actually looking pretty good. As you can see, a lot of the well, all the major holes are filled, and I'll work on the sanding a little more to try to get it more smooth than what it is, but everything is looking pretty good. Okay, I got it turned over now. Gonna work on the top side while the bottom side cures. As you can see, I have gone ahead and foamed this back edge back here, but what I'm gonna do is trim this up. I got some clamps here. I'm gonna squeeze it together, refoam it again, and then I'll figure out if I'm either gonna go over the top of it with one big patch, or if I'll silicone it. I'll probably end up doing the patch because I think that's gonna be the strongest way to go. It's not that bad. It's not as rigid as I think it should be. Like you see, I got a crack right here. There's a crack, and there's a little small crack right there. So I'll probably sand that down and come over the top of that with a patch. Then we got this big monster hole, which is not going to create any leaks. If any water gets that high, we're already going down. So that's not going to be that big of an issue. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that out even. I'll make it square. There is some wood I can see back behind there, so I'll leave that intact. I'm going to cut this out even, and I'll end up putting one big patch over there after I foam it. All right, so now this has been sitting for about an hour, maybe a little long, give or take. But what I got now is I'm gonna trim it down a little bit. Just go along here and cut at least this top layer off. At least get it opened up where it can get some air and harden. Not as bad as I thought it was. Okay, so we've let this sit overnight. Everything is nice and hard. Has solidified pretty good. So what we're gonna do now is kind of carefully go through and try to shave it down as close to the shape of the contours of this boat as possible. And we'll see what happens after that. Cut this in half. Get a look at what I got going. Okay, it's looking pretty good. So, a lot of people saw this boat and was like, "Oh, that thing you'll never get that thing working, or whatever." But it's yet to float, but we're getting there. All right, so now I got it trimmed down for the most part. I'm gonna go across here and sand the outsides of it, get it roughed up so that my media will stick to it, my resin. And I also find that I am able to sand on this this foam, so I'll try and get that as smooth and level as possible. All right, let me say this. I had no idea prior to attempting it that I'd be able to sand this foam. I've never done that before. But sometimes that's what you gotta do. You gotta experiment and find out what works, make things easy for you. And out here, I'm gonna do it so you don't have to. Okay, I got ahead of myself on that last little segment and kind of started without you. The working time on this resin is very, very short. So once I get the hardener into it, I gotta act quick. All right, right there, kind of made a mistake. We're gonna work through it. It may sit up a little faster or a little slower, depending on how much I wouldn't count my drops. At the bottom, drag it up. Oops, not too much. Bottom, drag it up. Get all the way up to the top. Okay, we on there. All right. So if you notice, this big hole that was right here, I've now sealed it over, and it's had time to dry, and it's pretty good. As you can see, knock on it, and as hard as caveman money. Okay, I'm gonna start probably here in the middle. That way, if that happens to dry up before I get done with this batch, I'll be able to take all the clamps off and go ahead and do the whole thing. So longer this. There's a crack that I'm trying to cover right there. Got it all over my gloves, so I'll be changing gloves. It's alright. Changing gloves is easy. I got to get this down. So, keep having interruptions. The weather is very bad. It's raining a lot. As a matter of fact, the rain yesterday stopped everything, and rained a little bit this morning. So I did manage to get the back of this finished up, but right now what I'm going to do is start painting. You can see there's a little paint on here. I did do a couple spots over there on the other side to see that I like the paint, and it's a regular Rust-Oleum all-surface paint. It does say bonds to plastic, wood, metal, and more. It's got primer in it as well. So the way we're gonna go about painting this is just like you paint anything else. Short blast, sweeping left to right. That way you get a good even coat. You don't glob it up or make it patchy or anything like that. And we're just gonna go through here and get a good coating on it, paint it, and we'll go from there and see what it looks like. Alright, just giving y'all a little update. I have gone over, of course you saw me starting on the blue. I've gone on with the hull and started in painting gray. I'm gonna try this, I got some clear coat here, and I'm putting a little bit of that on it and hoping that when it dries it'll harden it and kind of create a shell. Alright. So I went ahead and finished the painting. I don't know if you noticed, I have to do this as time permits because the weather for one thing, and then I got other things going on at the same time. I have a silicone here that I'm gonna run a bead around the edges of it, and this rubber I'm gonna put on there as a bumper and to help keep it sealed. Okay, I've gone through and cleaned all the way around on the edge of the boat, and also this rubber, soon to be bumper. Now I'm gonna start this application process. anybody who's watching this to figure out how to do it, you may not need everything that I'm doing, because I'm a little excessive. Okay, looks like this tape turned out to be a good idea. It's gonna be time consuming, so it's gonna take more time, and I'll do it once. All right, so my battery died during the last little recording, but I went ahead and finished all the way around, putting the silicone on there. Overall, both looking pretty good. My little puppy here doesn't seem to want me. I guess he wants to be videoed, so we'll give him his little minute of fame. Okay, so the boat is finished. I have already had it in the water, and it stayed for 2 days, so I know that it's gonna float. So now I'm gonna push it in there, and that's gonna be it for the video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and remember, if you don't have the help to do it yourself. Take it from Dolo, because that's what I do. And it looks pretty good, if I must say so myself. Just gonna tie it off here. Peace.